This segment's going to deal with the Medi-Size Small and Big Blue in comparison to the sponge HMEs that are out on the market and seem to be the material most commonly used. Sponge HMEs come in different forms and shapes and sizes. In fact, if you look closely, you can see the condensation that's appearing inside the casing of this sponge HME. And it happens for a good reason. Number one, the material used in sponge, there's two types of sponge material. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? The thing popped right off. This is what I call an open cell. You can see the size of the cells of the sponge are rather large. And this is what I call a closed cell. They're tighter. So there's two types of sponges, a closed cell and an open cell sponge. I'll get this guy out of the way. The active ingredient in the sponge material is chlorhexidine, and then on top of that is lithium chloride. Lithium chloride is the ingredient that produces the moisture and the temperature. Chlorhexidine is the material that binds the lithium chloride to the sponge. What we do is we use abracadabra, voila. We use paper, and our paper is treated with calcium chloride. I'll get the filter out of the way. So our material is paper, number one, just like Bounty Picker-Upper, which you're laying on, and it's treated with calcium chloride. Now, calcium chloride is a material. We need no bonding agent to put calcium chloride on paper. Lithium chloride, you need the bonding agent to do that, to put it in sponge. That's just the function of the material that's being used. Now, the key thing is how well do these hold moisture? You have to think about a breath. When you exhale at core temperature and 100% relative humidity. What these guys do is they capture the exhale gas coming from the patient to the ventilator. They hold that moisture and temperature in the material, sponge or paper. The next breath comes, it is at room temperature, 70 degrees, let's say, and it can only hold so much relative humidity. The warmer it is, the more relative humidity your HME can hold and deliver back to the patient. Makes sense. If you watch the hockey game at U of M with the Detroit Red Wings and the Maple Leafs, you'll notice these guys, it was 17 degrees and they were running around like wild men. So you can only imagine their lungs must have been on fire. And they were probably developing a large relative humidity deficit in their lungs, which meant they had to hydrate like you-know-what in between periods. So that's how it works. You have a temperature here that's 70 degrees, and what's coming out of here is 70 degrees plus whatever this can hold, and the moisture that comes off of this is now increased because of the increased temperature. Make sense? All right. Now here are some of the pitfalls between sponge and our paper. And what I do to stress that to the customer is, first of all, this device is used in line like this. So inspired, expired, or vice versa. Whoops. So what happens? After a period of time, the expired gas hits the sponge. It's a vapor. When it cools, when a vapor cools, it turns into a liquid. And when the liquid starts to build up, you'll notice down here at the bottom of the HME, you'll actually see it. Paper will not do that. I should say, our paper will not do that. And I'll show you in a minute. So what I did was I preloaded a syringe with about 10 cc's of, well, to make it fair, I'll only do 5. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this concoction of coffee that I have, that I carry with me, onto the sponge HME. I'm not going to blast it.